In the 12th century, the holy lands of the Middle East were bleeding. For nearly 100 years, the armored knights of Europe, the Crusaders, held Jerusalem, the sacred city. Their castles were impregnable, their power absolute. But in the desert dust, one man, one sultan, dared to dream of a unified Islamic world. He was born of Kurdish blood, raised in Damascus, but his destiny was to challenge the greatest military force on earth. What happens when unmatched faith meets unmatched might? When the code of chivalry is tested on the battlefield. This is the Arabian Odyssey of Saladin Yusuf ibn Ayyub, Saladin, and the moment he began his legendary war for redemption.
Saladin's rise was not just by the sword, but by honor and intelligence. He began his career in Egypt, where he quickly dismantled the weak Fatimid Caliphate and took command. From Cairo, he began his true mission, uniting the fractured Muslim territories of Syria, Yemen, and Mesopotamia under one banner. He was a unique leader. Unlike many rulers, his word was his bond. His compassion and refusal to engage in petty tyranny won him the loyalty of both soldiers and citizens. Even his enemies acknowledged his noble spirit. This reputation was his strongest weapon, building a coalition that the Crusaders had never faced before. The pieces were in place. The time had come for the great challenge.
The Odyssey of conquest began. Saladin's armies, unified and driven by faith, swept across the Levant. His strategy was brilliant: quick strikes, utilizing the desert heat and crippling the Crusader supply lines. The climax came in 1187 at the Battle of Hattin. It was a slaughter. Saladin strategically dehydrated the Crusader forces before launching a devastating attack. He shattered the entire military might of the European kingdoms in a single, crushing victory. The road was now open. 3 months later, Saladin stood before the gates of Jerusalem.
After 88 years of Crusader occupation, Saladin reclaimed Jerusalem. This was the moment that defined his legacy. Unlike the Crusaders, who had slaughtered the city's inhabitants when they took it, Saladin offered terms of mercy and release to the Christian population. He allowed them to leave, paying only a small ransom. He even paid the ransom for the poor himself. This act of unprecedented humanity shocked the Christian world and solidified his legendary status as a leader of true chivalry. Saladin had achieved the impossible: unification, victory, and restoration, all done with honor.
Saladin's life became a ceaseless battle against the Third Crusade, led by the fearsome Richard the Lionheart. Though they fought viciously, they developed a profound mutual respect. Saladin died in 1193, and his legacy remains unparalleled. He was a sultan who defeated the West, yet was remembered in the West as the ideal of chivalry and honor. He proved that the greatest Odyssey is one fought not just with steel, but with compassion and justice. If you were inspired by the Sultan of Honor, subscribe to Arabian Odyssey and join us as we continue to uncover the most heroic and forgotten tales of the ancient world.